It was really good. I was just thinking, 3 afternoons. I'm not sure how much I'm going to learn in that, how much it's going to be useful. But actually, I've taken some really useful things away, both as a professional and both as a foster carer too. Useful things to use well with children generally. I think some of it could be taken into schools too. Love the
And
idea.
what would be your sort of top tips then in terms of what you've taken from the training and what you might apply in the professional and personal context?
Just thinking about foster children, it's very difficult for them quite often to tell their own story, to tell their own big story, and just that whole idea of how many changes and transitions, and they all carry pain with them. And I think storytelling is just a small way of actually telling stories. They don't have to be therapeutic stories. They don't have to be moral stories. Just accepting that whole process of storytelling, and children will almost like empathize with a character or see something, maybe not even in a conscious way, but they will get stuff out of all of these stories. There's all sorts of stories. If you tell the story of the bucket, they might think, oh yeah, I thought I was broken, but actually I'm, and maybe not even articulate that. But that use of storytelling, and also storytelling is linked to play, and we know that children communicate through play. And as a play therapist, I'd really support that whole sort of narrative thing that we actually do with children. So by providing storytelling, which can start off by just simple reading stories to them, like we do to all of our children, hopefully we all do to all of our children, but expanding on that and giving them the confidence to tell stories, and then they can start maybe telling bits of their own story, and they'll start identifying with maybe characters within, and they might tell you a story that is actually almost a symbol of their life, and they may not even realize what they're telling you, but it's a bit like you're giving them a play tool, which allows them to come to terms with things emotionally, expands them, gives them confidence. And when you've told them a story, they can go and tell their friends as well. So it's also, might have a knock-on effect. They've got a new story for us. So those are all really positive aspects about telling stories, introducing stories to children, just in a playful way.
Have you got any plans to take storytelling forward, or to get more involved in it, or to go to any events?
Yes, I'm planning to go to the storytelling event that's on this summer, and I'm also particularly interested in the relationship between storytelling and attachment. Attachment's sort of my subject, really. I've edited a book on it, and it's sort of my main interest. So I really want to explore that more. I'll be talking to Steve about it a little bit, and that whole link between how we make attachments, how we make sense of relationships, and how that actually comes through into stories. And if we look historically at stories, there's all sorts of, traditional stories and fairy stories. A lot of them are about stories about attachment, actually, when you start digging. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.